where terror twists magics into abominations. Such is the lament of they who have gone before. The song of they who tried and failed to create a better world. The song of the end. That which hides at the edge of the universe is no longer hope's creation. It is hopelessness incarnate. That day, mankind saw half of its number sacrificed to bring forth Zodiark. And covering the star in a shroud of ether, we forestalled the final days. Yet the cries echoed still. We wept for innocence lost, wailed for death inevitable. A reality too terrible to bear. And for too many who sought comfort in gilded memories of joyful days and tranquil nights.
This is all wrong! Why must we suffer so?
It needn't be like this. No. There must be a way to restore things to the way they were. To reclaim the perfect paradise we once had.
No, my friends. Suffering exists, and we cannot pretend otherwise. No civilization, however great, could eliminate it. If we would live, we must accept it as our constant companion. Let us not seek to forget this tragedy. Let us carry it in our hearts, that we may grow stronger and know true happiness.
We can't accept it! We won't accept it! It will be ours again! A world free of sorrow!
No, it will not. For there has ever been sorrow. Mankind was but spared its biting sting for a time. So please, open your eyes. To try and reclaim those lives we lost by sacrificing yet more isn't wisdom. It is weakness. No paradise is without its shadows. If we cannot accept this truth and learn from our pain, then our plight shall be repeated.
O mighty Zodiark! God, born of our boundless faith, we bid you, hear our prayer. Accept this offering of lives, and deliver unto us the lives we once had. Deliver unto us the days of old, the days when the star was a font of love, and we knew naught but bliss.
You would destroy it? Our beautiful world?
Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all, a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before. They are my meaning and my purpose. My love. In spite of, or perhaps because of this, I choose to believe in mankind's potential, in his ability to find a way forward. So let there be no way back. From that temptation, I sunder us. No more shall man have wings to bear him to paradise. Henceforth, he shall walk. All is excruciating pain. I breathe fire and torment. I birth a world of suffering to mire and plague. In one fleeting moment, lives come and go, ever moving towards the unknown. And in that fleeting moment, they cry for the answer to the question. Why, given life, are they meant to suffer, to die? As fragmented, imperfect beings, yours is a never-ending quest. A quest to find your purpose, knowing your end is assured. To find the strength to continue when all strength has left you. To find joy even as darkness descends. And amidst deepest despair, light everlasting. A conjunction has begun to form, an intertwining of your time and mine. When you truly understand what is at stake, and your journey has prepared you to surmount the insurmountable, then shall I honor the promise made in another time, another age.
That was a lot. You've a knack for turning up exactly when needed, and this is no exception. Vamron, impeccable timing as always. I heard you were also in the first as part of our efforts to investigate the final days. Well, as so often seems to be the case, while you were away, we had some few developments, which we can discuss in just a moment. For now, however, I cannot tell you how wonderful it is to have you back. Alright, let's catch up on roleplay, shall we? Ah, Vamron, your timing could not be better. Dean Clem has finished speaking with the rescued clergyman and will be here shortly to share his findings. Lord Emmerich, too, is on his way. Let us wait for them. Deacon Clem, we thank you for making the inquiries on our behalf. 'Twas no imposition in the least. As I said, I am glad to do all I can. So, 'tis our understanding that those we've escorted back were all close acquaintances of the Inquisitors who turned. Like him, they too have been the subject of harassment by certain quarters of the populace. Is this correct? It is, I am afraid, and they are far from alone. Men in the cloth were once afforded respect and deference as servants of Halloum, but now they are openly reviled by many. We were complicit in preparing terrible lies. This is true. But we too were misled. We too are victims. Yet we are regarded by some as criminals. Well, do I understand that the people's anger? But it saddens me to think that they would thus lash out at their fellow man, especially when need solidarity most of all. Though I can imagine your plight, I will not presume to fully grasp your pain. Will you tell us of the challenges you and yours have had to face since the wars ended? Like all sons and daughters of Ishgard, we dreamed of peace in our lifetime, but now that it has come, we find we have little cause to rejoice. Our faith has long been the foundation of our lives, and overnight that foundation has been crippled by fractures, beyond repair for some. To learn that we had been deceived, that we had unwillingly deceived others in turn was devastating. We who had once been shepherds to men found ourselves lost lambs, bereft of sutury and waiting for guidance. We have lavished in darkness, all of us. Yet I have faith that the church will redeem itself, that it will find a new path, and again become a beacon of hope for the people. I see. Thank you for sharing this with us. Your testimonies has confirmed our suspicions. According to our allies, that which caused people to turn is none other than the despair and anguish. If it wasn't before, 'tis now abundantly clear why memories of the clergy are among the transformed. That you did not, I believe, is due to your unwavering faith in the church. In light of this, we would ask for your continued cooperation. Of course, anything to help my brethren. Now that we have established the cause, that leaves us with the mystery of profane Fafnir's identity. The progenitor of these troubles, could he too have been a man of the cloth? From what I recall of his garb, I doubt it. He was dressed in the common fashion, and inadequately against the cold besides. 'Tis said that something of the individual may remain in the blasphemy, influencing its behavior. If we can determine what instinct drive profane Fafnir, we may learn who it once was, and this knowledge, I believe, will prove vital in our efforts to stop it. Deacon Clem, we ask that you reach out to your fellow clergymen. Please do what you can to ease their anxieties. Indeed, as I have ever done, I shall provide what comfort I can to those in need. Meanwhile, we must make it a priority to identify the blasphemy. To that end, I will seek out more eyewitnesses. The Hopland is a busy place at any given time. Some ordinary citizens are bound to have been present as that tragic event unfolded. I propose we make inquiries in the pillars. If you could attempt to the Hopland, Lord Arto and I will look in the surrounding areas. Give me a second. I am ordering food. Because I am hungry. Because it's 2:30 my time, and I have not eaten anything and have been streaming for almost 6 hours straight. Sorry about that. No, I didn't see that dragon, nor would I have wished to, frightful as it sounds. They say it wasn't a Dravanian attack, but if not, then what was it? The dragon that appeared at the Hopland, I saw it with my own eyes. One moment an Elysian, the next a terrible beast. He was a heretic, I take it. I wasn't present for the incident at the Hopland, but a young man, poorly dressed for the cold, that I did see. I recall him well because an aide from Saint Vernon was searching for him. He was a patient at the infirmary, and by coincidence had the same name. Okay, I need to add something to my hotbar right now because I keep looking for it. Sprint. Jesus. There you are, Vamron. Did your search yield any fruit? Some actually. A patient from the firmament infirmary, you say? Among those with whom I spoke, one claims to have witnessed an individual fitting that description. A man walking in a stupor who did not seem to feel the cold. If he had wandered straight out of the infirmary, it would explain his state of attire. Yes, I dare say we have found our blasphemy. But to think that his name should be Vandrew? 'Tis the same as that of former Heaven's Word Commander, Sir Vandrew de Ramashamat, for whom the infirmary is named. Sir Vandrew, however, retired from his station at the ripe old age some years ago. 'Tis not like to have been him. In any case, we have a lead. I shall head to the infirmary at once. Pray wait for me in the brew. this is Loverick, the aide who was in charge of Vandrew. Have you found him? Oh, please say you have. We have not, I am afraid, but we seek to. I hope that you could tell us more about him. May we ask how he came to be at the infirmary? He was found by a patrol in the Central Highlands. After being treated for his hurts, he was brought to us for convalescence. Being in the prime of his years, he had been doing well, but then... Prime of his years? By all accounts, he is no old man. It seems safe to assume he isn't Sir Vandrew. Oh no, he's definitely a different person, as I told Lord Archerel. And though he gave his name as Vandrew, he seemed rather confused, and he would have no means to confirm his identity. In this state, he shouldn't be wandering about on his own. Please, you must find him. The man who recently turned into a beast at the Hopland. We regret to say it may have been Vandrew. What? No, how can this be? Is there aught else you can tell us? Things he may have said or done while in your care? While he was still unconscious, he would often ramble, though most of it was incoherent. He mentioned the Archbishop many times. Oh, and he spoke of a bishop too, Bishop Vartex. I assumed he was a pious man, given this. I see. Thank you for your cooperation. We will continue our investigation, and should we confirm what became of Vandrew, inform you forthwith. Let us return to the corrugation for now. Take to the strategy room. I should be glad to show you in. The mystery remains, but we are one step closer to identifying the man who became profane Fafnir. Indeed, though he did not at first appear to be a member of the clergy, his words betrayed a fervent faith. And how curious that he should speak not only of the Archbishop, but Bishop Vartex specifically. Perhaps he was personally acquainted with His Grace. In light of the possibilities, I believe we should speak with him directly. Agreed. I will request an audience, but His Grace has many demands upon his time. It may be a while before we are seen. Should you have other business, pray, feel free to attend to them in the meantime. Okay, well, kind of how that worked out. I could have done that first and then come back and all that other good jazz. Vamron, excellent timing as ever. Deacon Clean has just sent word that Bishop Vartos will see us now, by which I mean right this instant. 'Tis extremely short notice, I know, but it would not do to miss the opportunity to learn how he and Vanderu may be connected. Not wishing to keep his grace waiting, Lord Emmerich is already on his way to St. Reme's Cathedral. Come, let us hurry there ourselves. My lords, I am so sorry. I informed his grace that you were making your way hither, but shortly before you arrived, he recalled that he had urgent business and had to leave the cathedral at once. He cannot have yet gone far, though, so if you wish to search for him in the hopes you can steal a moment of his time, to grant us an audience only to depart with such haste, what business could he be so pressing? Well now, that even the savior of Iskar should be here. Your Grace, perhaps 'tis simply our misunderstanding, but we were under the impression that you had granted us an audience. Lord Speaker, rest assured, I was just about to return to the cathedral. There is no need, Your Grace. This will not take long. As you may have heard, we are investigating a young man named Vandu. Is he known to you? No, no, I cannot say he is, with the exception of the former Archmidrite. I am sure I know no one by that name. But mine and the Archbishop's are known to many, yes? Perhaps this youth took inspiration from public service over which we preside. Goodly souls that he is. Full glad I am that his faith was of comfort to him in sickness, and I pray to alone that he will soon be found in good health. Now then, if there is nothing else, I shall return to my duties. Fear not, Your Eminence. I shall carry on your legacy. We have completed the preparations as per your instruction, but are you certain this will work? It will. It must. Lord Emmerich spoke the truth when he revealed the Archbishop sought primal powers to strengthen the people's faith. I could not bring myself to believe it, not at first. But in the course of cataloging His Eminence's personal articles, I came upon his journal. Therein, he had written that, though abundant aether and fervent prayer, it is possible to make gods and men. All the power required lies in this place. This Azizla, by channeling the essential elements into the soulless flesh and sword we found.